Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another Marvel Legend review. Today we're going to take a look at the new Marvel Legend Cinematic Universe, Taskmaster. Alright, so I got Taskmaster out of the box right now, and the back of the packaging reads, Taskmaster is armed with the ability to mimic an enemy's every move, and we already knew that. So that was kind of a really shitty description. Marvel's been pretty weak on their flavor text recently. It's been like the most basic one-sentence description of a character. And that's really weak. I wish they gave a better bio in the back of the box, because a lot of people don't know who these characters are when they buy the figures. So let's go ahead and dive into the figure and see what he's all about. So I actually do have a couple of gripes with this figure. I do like his aesthetics. I really do like the way the figure looks. But as far as the articulation and posability, movability goes, this is not my favorite figure. So let's go ahead and take a look at his aesthetics, and then we'll go ahead and dive into the articulation, and I'll show you guys what my gripes are with this figure. Let's go ahead and take a look at his head first. The hood is really cool. I do like the hood, but I do wish that we got an alternate head where the hood was off, because it is attached to the head and it makes for moving it around kind of really crummy. But it does have really cool patterns on the hood right here, really nice textures. I'm sure when the movie comes out, we'll see those textures better. But as far as the detail goes, there is some really nice detail in the hood there. It has the nice gray and orange color patterns. And I really do like the mask. It does look really good. They did try to make it more realistic, a more realistic military style. But I saw a fan art, and I really do wish they gave him the skull eyes. That would have looked really, really good in the movie and on the figure. But besides that, it's a really basic military style helmet, balisque, whatever you want to call it. It's a really cool helmet, and let's go ahead and just move down from there. So moving on down, he has this little scarf that just kind of, it's not a cape or anything, but it just kind of wraps around here. Maybe there'll be a feature in the movie where he has a cape and then it sucks up or something like that, kind of like Vision or something. But yeah, it's just a scarf right here. If you look on the back, it actually ends there, so that's where I'm saying maybe he'll have a cape in the movie or something like that. So that's kind of odd that they included it. But anyways, I really do like the chest armor. The orange and the blue look great. I recently made my one wheel orange and blue, which is navy blue and orange, and I decked it out with the Kubota to match my work. But I really like blue and orange right now, so I'm really into this costume. I think the abs look really good, the chest looks good, and all the side plates and everything look really good in his abdomen. So aesthetically, I really do like this figure. Again, on his shoulders, he has the shoulder pads right here. The armor looks really great. Going into his biceps, you get the same navy blue with the orange details, and then into the elbow, that looks really good. And then looking at his forearms, the orange and the silver look really good there. So I really do like the armor design on this figure. Go ahead and take that out. Alright, moving on down to his belt. He kind of has these little side pouches right here that are pretty cool, but they kind of get in the way. Not really, they don't get in the way of the articulation, but I do think they're kind of nuisance. I don't really think they belong anywhere. It doesn't buckle off or anything, so you can't take it off or anything like that, but it does move up and down. It does move up and down a little bit. Going down, he does have some more armor on his legs right here, and then going down to his knee pads, again with the navy blue and the orange, and I really do like that detail. And the boots are really cool, but again, it's just that navy blue throughout the whole figure, and you really can't see anything special in these boots. But they do look really cool with the armor plating around it and everything like that. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the articulation. And he does. All right, so going into articulation, and this is where I really do have some gripes with this figure. You really can't look up too well with him. Actually, that's probably the best pose I've got him to look up with, but it's really not too much. And he really can't look down at all because of the hood. The plastic's kind of tough right there, and it pushes his head up. Looking left and right messes up the hood, so you could see through the back right there, and I really don't like that. So I really wish this figure came with a second head that did not have that hood attached. And it would have made sense for them to not have this little band. But again, the movie hasn't came out yet, so maybe this is a major feature to this character, and we don't know anything. We don't know yet. So the arm can 360, and it has a little tiny butterfly joint, but nothing at all. It's really hindered on the inside right there. I don't know what it is. There is a butterfly joint, but it's like you can't use it at all. I definitely want to do some mods to this figure and see if I can improve that butterfly joint and the articulation. So he does have double jointed elbows, and he does have a wrist hinge and swivel that can 360. It's a little bit hindered by the top of the armor, by the top of the wrist guard right there. He does have the torso. He does bend at the torso. Okay. Could kick out about that much. Kick up a decent amount. Double jointed elbows, or double jointed knees, sorry. Double jointed knees. Ankle pivot and swivel. No swivel at the boot, and waist, and he does have a waist swivel. So my only gripes with the articulation is the fact that the legs are so tight that I can't get him in a cool walking pose. That his legs just they don't go any, they can't get any closer than that. So that kind of really bothers me. I might do. I might take a X-Acto knife and cut in between the joints right there. Try to get the legs a little closer so I can get a cool walking pose. And the butterfly joints and the whole hindering of the shoulder right there. I just really don't like that. Other than that, it's a cool aesthetic looking figure. If I could mod this figure and get the articulation to be better, I'd really enjoy it. Maybe somebody will come out with a sculpted head where he doesn't have the hood on. That would be really cool. But as of right now, I'd give this figure a 6 out of 10. It's a cool figure. His aesthetics are really cool, but the articulation and those minor gripes I have kind of really kill the figure for me. Look at taking a look at Taskmaster's accessories real quick. He came with a bow and arrow. Plastic, no real difference of color in it or anything. Just one color, one solid color. And has a nice edge at the top right there. Nice little spin to it. No real detail in this thing, but cool that it came with it. Next up, he also came with his bow and arrow, which has a really nice orange detail to it, which matches his armor. And this is a new bow. It's not the old Hawkeye one or anything like that. So it complements him and looks really good, and I'm happy that it came with it. Next up, Taskmaster came with his shield, but my little gripe with this is it can't plug into his back, so I don't see the point of that. And it's really small. It is this small in the movie, but come on, like, give him a Captain America size shield. This is way too small. I don't like how small this is. But again, we'll have to wait till the movie comes out to see exactly what he does with it. Next up, we have his sword. Of course, Taskmaster has to come with a sword. It has that really nice orange paint detail right there, and it does have little strides in it right there. It looks like it could extend or something like that. The handle's really kind of cool. He holds it really well in his open hand, and I have no gripes with this sword. It's pretty cool looking. He comes with 2 open claw hands that look like Black Panther hands, and in the trailer, he did look like he was using Black Panther moves. So maybe he encountered T'Challa, or he watched some footage and learned from it. So that'll be really interesting when we see that scene. Also came with a pair of closed fists. And he did come with a trigger finger and an open fist for his sword and a gun. And for a real quick size comparison, here I have Captain America on his right, and on his left I have the new Rage figure. and he looks really good next to them. He looks really good next to Captain America. They look on par with each other, and Rage looks bigger than him, but not over the top bigger than him. And I think they look really good next to each other. Let me go ahead and grab a female figure and see how they look next to each other. I have not opened my Black Widow figure yet, so for size comparison, here I have Magic on his right, and she's a teenage buck, so she's going to be just a little bit shorter than him, and I think they look really good next to each other. And on his left, I have Domino, and they look really good next to each other. She's maybe an inch or two smaller than her, so maybe like a centimeter, but they look really good next to each other. I feel like they're not off size or anything like that. And I know that this Taskmaster is an MCU figure, but I only have comic book figures with me at the moment, and I actually think they look really good next to this Taskmaster. I do want to do some head swaps on him, so let's go ahead and check out what that looks like. Alright, so here's one that I think looks pretty cool. This is my bearded Nick Fury I made a couple years back. I think it looks really cool with this body mold. Aesthetically, with the aesthetics, it looks like an assassin or like a trained soldier. So, or an unmasked Taskmaster. That'd be pretty cool if he looked like this. But I really like the way that looks. The ball peg does sit a little bit higher, so you really have to work the angle that you're using the head sculpt with. Here's Taskmaster with Crossbones head on, and I actually think this looks really good. It kind of looks like he doesn't have the hood on. Maybe this was like his prototype mask or something like that, but it does look really good on him. I might take a shot with this. It looks really good. I kind of wish they did it like that in the movie. Dang, this looks really cool. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of that head sculpt. Now, honestly, this one looks pretty good to me too. This is Hawkeye from the 2-pack with Black Widow. I actually think this looks pretty good. Like he's incognito trying to infiltrate Taskmaster's forces, or if you unmask Taskmaster and it was actually Hawkeye. Whoa, that'd be pretty cool. So I really like this head swap. What do you guys think? Alright guys, thanks for watching my review of the Marvel Cinematic Universe Taskmaster. Aesthetically, I really do like this figure, but like I said, I do have some gripes with the articulation that I'm going to go ahead and try and fix a little later on. If you guys haven't already, please do subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. That really does help out my channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next review. Peace. What'd you guys think of the setup? I had it like he was knocking out some shield agents, like he walked into a room, just knocked them out real quick, and business as usual. Let me know what you guys thought of the shot in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
That's crispy.